Hey, VC out there. We got Big John as a guest host today. We're doing a few beers just to get going. We're going to crack these open as if we're a Garth Brooks video. All my friends are in high places or low places. Cheers. Thanks for coming by, John. Another great guest host. John is a aficionado. He taught me a lot about labels, taught me a lot about imports. Before I knew John, I really didn't know anything about the import vinyl. I knew a little bit, but John goes to Europe quite often, and he used to bring back massive amounts of import vinyl. John, tell us when there was no limit in the.
Okay.
Tell us about France.
All right. In 1997, right, at the tail end of the popularity of vinyl, when CDs came out, I had a trip to Paris, brought an empty suitcase with me, and I went hog wild crazy. I found this whole row of record stores that was getting rid of vinyl.
This was in 97.
1997, with Paris trip we did. And I was buying vinyl like crazy.
Amazing. The good old days.
Yeah.
I remember he brought me back the Vision Bell vinyl, the Pink Floyd, a lot of Floyd, Zeppelin, Beatles, Stones, and plus 10cc, a lot of prog bands that John's into, Genesis, everything, right?
Yeah.
Everything. 10cc.
That trip, I brought back like 3 or 4 CD box sets, maybe 100 or so albums. These stores were getting rid of them because nobody wanted vinyl.
Same in the U.S.
They were
Same
dumb.
in the U.S.
So I was walking into the store in Paris, and there's these beautiful import. Well, they're not imports over there. Well, actually, some of them were. I picked up some German
From
pressings,
different countries, correct.
Italian, European pressings.
But for us, they're all imports.
Yeah. European countries over there are like states over here, wherever they're manufactured. I just bought all these amazing albums.
Well, the reason I mention is because we've got another unboxing that was delayed somewhat. John was nice enough to wait. This is John's box of the 50th anniversary Dark Side of the Moon box set, not just the vinyl, but the actual digital copies of it, and the 50th remastered Dark Side of the Moon, which is not available unless you buy the box set. I have the remastered live or reissue of the live concert Dark Side of the Moon 50th, but this is the Dark Side of the Moon concert in addition to the Dark Side of the Moon LP reissued for the 50th anniversary. And we're really excited about this. And John was nice enough to wait. So before I start, I'm going to show you. This is a great reissue. This is still available.
I picked up one of these my last trip to London. That's reissue.
Right.
Just to have a hand-imported copy of Floyd, but I picked up the reissue.
And this, if you watch a lot of YouTube videos out there on the YouTube VC community, this is rated one of the best sounding Dark Sides. Here's an OG pressing. It's not a first edition, but it's an OG original American. I don't have the first pressing, the UK, which is I have
an early pressing. The first pressing of Dark Side has a solid blue triangle. They're
very hard to find.
Impossible to find.
Well, not impossible if you want to spend neutral bucks.
Yeah,
right. Neutral bucks. But I want to thank everyone for the support of Tony's LPs Are Us. We've been very, very pleased with everything. I'm very happy. I enjoy sharing my collection. John's been instrumental in helping me build the collection. Every year we give exchange Christmas presents. It's all vinyl. Nothing but vinyl. So I want to thank everyone.
We love our vinyl.
Please subscribe. It really helps the channel. Please send your comments in. We want to hear what you think about this Dark Side of the Moon. And because this Dark Side of the Moon reissue of the actual album, the 50th anniversary album, is only in a box set, not too many people are able to hear this. So I'm really privileged to be able to hear John's later, because I did not get the box set. But John, we're going to open up the box set here live, correct?
Yes. Let me tell you about my history with Pink Floyd. As I mentioned in an earlier video, WLIR in Long Island and NEW used to play albums over the radio.
WNEW-FM in New York City.
WNEW-FM would play complete albums. and they would play one side, have a commercial break, and have another side. I was 15 years old, and I was really curious to hear what the new music was. And when Wish You Were Here came out, Wish You Were Here in 1975, I was able to record it on cassette. So I have a copy. I didn't have a turntable back then. And that's how I got into Floyd. Also, my brother Joe was already into Floyd, and he had Dark Side of the Moon. I never heard it before. And he used to play it. And there's a very quiet part right before he died. And he said, listen to the intricacy of these clicks of the clocks. So I put my ear to the speaker, and then all of a sudden it would be a big explosion of the sound of all these clocks going off.
Do you know the history of where they got those sounds?
No, I did not.
Yeah, Alan Parsons, the engineer at Abbey Road at that time, was it not Alan? What's his first name?
Alan Parsons.
Alan Parsons, the engineer, actually had that in an archive recorded in a clock shop. And he had all these chimes and bells and clocks that went off, and it's spectacular. We would play. My history with Dark Side of the Moon was I was in high school. I don't know if I was a senior or a junior. 72?
73.
73. So but don't forget, we listened to Pink Floyd since its inception. It was on the charts for 30 years or whatever. It was. I think the number is 11183. Is that
it's one of the biggest, probably the biggest selling rock album of all time.
Correct. The catalog number is 11163 because I worked at a record store, and this was constantly on our list to pull. Pulling means get one out of the inventory, one just sold. But my recollection is one year we had a shore house down at the Jersey Shore, and we had 2 8-tracks. Okay. We had Led Zeppelin 2, and then we had Dark Side of the Moon. And guess what? It was probably played continuously for 3 days in a loop. And then we went to parties when I was 73, 74. I was in high school and junior high. At parties, people would just put in the 8-track of Dark Side of the Moon. And so it's in our DNA. If you're at a certain age, for John and I'm a little older, but it's in our DNA. Dark Side of the Moon is part. And I remember when I was in a record store, people would come in no matter what race, what religion, what nationality, white, black, brown, Hispanic, Italian, German. Everyone bought Dark Side of the Moon. I would gather that Dark Side of the Moon is even considered a jazz record because of the way that they feed off each other, the improv, and it's a perfect album. I don't think you could ever improve on Dark Side of the Moon.
It's probably the greatest rock masterpiece of all time.
If the Pink Floyd one album and it was Dark Side of the Moon, automatic ticket to the Hall of Fame, without a doubt. Every Hall of Fame. Baseball Hall of Fame, Football Hall of Fame, Jazz Hall of Fame, Rock Hall of Fame, without a doubt. But I'm talking too much, so let's get to this box set. Unless you want to add something.
Yeah, actually I would. Okay.
Cheers to all my German friends out there.
Let me add something. When the Beatles came around, they were the first band really to deep into using tape equipment to enhance in the studio to enhance their sound. In 1966, they stopped becoming a live band and they were strictly studio. Other bands followed suit. Steely Dan did the same thing. Floyd was still a touring band in 73, but they took what the Beatles did with experimenting with tapes and sound and speeds of recordings and overdubbing and all that to the next level. And that's how all these unusual sounds came to play. And that's how Dark Side of the Moon was created.
And another, John just reminded me, they were able to, the Beatles were not, I think that's the frustration that for John and Paul, that they were not able to duplicate what they could do in the studio live, but the Floyd, with their as the technology grew and exponentially leaps and bounds in those 2 or 3 years, they were able to make their shows, the live shows, similar to what they could do in a studio.
Yeah, they were able to duplicate it a lot better
than
I've heard.
And we saw the Dark Side of the Moon, Floyd.
The complete Dark Side of the Moon played
94
in 94
at the Meadowlands, and I was able
Division Bell tour at the Meadowlands.
But they did the complete Dark Side. But I was able, and that was at Side. Giant Stage was one of the best shows I've ever seen. And I remember I was on eBay one day, and I was looking up Floyd, and I saw someone in Germany. I think it was a German CD, an official German release.
No, it was a Russian.
It was a Russian
CD of the actual
that concert. So
off the soundboard.
Yeah, we have that on
it's
the
available
soundboard.
commercially.
Right.
You could probably order it right now.
94 at the
Amazon.
Meadowlands. That was Giant Stadium back then.
Yeah,
that stadium is no longer in existence. That's the old Giant Stadium.
Yeah, now the new one. I haven't seen a show on the new one.
Yeah, I have. I've seen the Stones there last year or 2 years ago. Okay, so without further ado, as they say, thanks again for watching, and we appreciate support.
All right,
we have a knife here.
I've had this thing sit in my basement for 2 months. Before
I'm just going to slice it, and then we could. Okay. You can pop it open. Go ahead. Continue.
This is the packaging it came in. Now, the previous video I just did with Sean, he had an intricate external box. Even the box that the album comes in is artistic. This one's not so much artistic, but this is the original box that it came in.
Right.
Fragile. Now, what happened was I wanted to order it from Amazon. Amazon in the U.S. was out of stock, but one of their code share partners in the UK had it, so I ordered it from the UK.
So this actually,
and I got it later, and it's sat in the basement since for almost.
So we're keeping our fingers crossed that there's no problem.
We don't know if there's anything wrong with this. So I believe it'll be fine, but
okay. So let's just pop this open. It's a double box.
Double box.
So that's pretty good. Double box. Yeah. Here, flip this out.
All right,
you grab it. I'll take this away.
Oh, this is nice.
That's nice.
Yeah, I don't think anything's wrong.
No, let me get the
maybe a little bit crushed in the corner, but this is what it looks like.
This is it. Now, you've all seen the unboxings before, but we're going to do a nice, slow unboxing, and we're going to add our 2 cents. And if you haven't already seen my channel, this is our cure for insomnia. Okay.
That is if you like vinyl.
If you like vinyl.
If you don't like vinyl, then it's a cure for then you fall asleep.
Wow.
Oh, this is drop dead gorgeous. Look at this.
Fascinating.
Wait.
Fascinating. Oh my God. Here, let me hold that up from this side here. Look, it has an indentation. I believe these are one of those Russian Christmas presents called. They're in boxes. They keep on
the Russian dolls.
Yeah, these are. Feel that. Feel the weight of that. This is amazing. Look at that. This is the first time I'm seeing it in the flesh.
First time I am too.
Here, hold that
because
up.
This is not something. Well, maybe some stores have it, but I'm gonna try to get the glare off there. It gives you instructions on how to unbox it.
They do.
And
it comes apart. It's like a pyramid.
Yeah.
So we're gonna unbox it, right?
Yeah, we're gonna unbox it.
Let me just slip this.
Just cut around the edge.
Cut around here.
This is a beautiful set. It's got LPs, Blu-rays, CDs. I think there might be a DVD in there.
I think there's a Blu-ray DVD.
Blu-ray. Yeah, the DVDs.
Blu-ray audio.
I said to myself, if they ever come out with a 50th anniversary of Dark Side, I want it. And
there is so much. We're in a golden age of vinyl right now.
Yeah, the best vinyl I think in my lifetime is all new releases now. We could talk about that in a future episode. But the vinyl is just amazing right now, and that Grateful Dead box set that we opened up
Support
earlier.
your local record store if you can.
Yeah, if you have
A
one.
lot of these aren't available. John and I buy a lot of old
This might
records,
already
OG
be out of
records.
print. A lot of these,
I think this doubled in price since
yeah,
it
it's
came
out of print.
Yeah,
so I wanted to buy it.
what is this? His insert?
Yeah,
There's a paper insert.
the instructions
Hold that up.
on how to unbox
You
it.
can read that there. It's on hard cardboard.
Yeah, so we took it out of its sleeve. I'm going to take the cover off.
Keep the shrink. Watch this.
Yeah.
Is this on? This is on it's double shrink. So
Okay.
we'll keep that intact. This is beautiful. Hard.
I came with this wonderful book. Look at that. This is the first time I've ever seen it. Oh, this is gorgeous.
Wow, really high stock.
High quality
Glossy stock.
Oh, this is unbelievable. All images of Floyd performing. Then the next phase.
Here's the spine.
It's a triangle. See that? The triangle. This is a box within a box. You open it up, the first thing you see is the book, and then there's a triangle.
And the book is just photographs, so some narration.
It's photos of Floyd.
And it's glorious black and white.
Well,
it's in glorious black and white. It's all color. No, it's all color. It's all black and white.
First time I've seen this book. I knew it existed.
We've all seen the photos before, but some of these are unreleased. So that's that.
All right. So again, I'll show you this. Let's remove the cover.
And the cover is a die cut. This is a die cut. Very elaborate, very expensive to make.
And this is what comes in. There's a slip case.
Wow. And that's a record in there.
I don't know what's it. No, this is
Is that
this is the CDs.
Oh man. Wow. I need this.
Yeah, I'm surprised you didn't know it.
Well, it might be too late.
Because
it has the Blu-ray, DVD, and Atmos.
Can you see that?
It has the Blu-ray, DVD, Atmos. That must be spectacular.
What's an Atmos?
Atmos.
It has
the Atmos system. Surround sound Atmos.
Never heard of it.
And
I have Dark Side on that format, and it's a format I'm just learning about now.
And here's the regular CD remastered, the actual.
And each CD.
And John's going to rip these. We're going to put them on our phones.
And it has a booklet. The CD has a booklet with Floyd in it. It's like a little comic book.
Oh boy.
Has the artwork in it.
Very nice.
Very nice. And the Atmos has a Japanese style teardrop sleeve for the CD, which is impressive.
I did see that, and a Blu-ray and a DVD. And those are I'm assuming the Blu-ray and the DVD is surround. I'm sure it's surround.
Comes in a little Japanese sleeve,
5.1,
which is unnecessary for this because of these kind of discs are scratch proof. But this is what they look like.
Beautiful,
nice.
Let me see that here.
That's a DVD. Wow. That's the DVD rip. I guess it's there's different high def versions of the album.
Here's the remastered CD live, the one that's available separately. That's really nice. Beautiful. These are the original drawings by Hypnosis.
Yeah, we mentioned Hypnosis in
these are the original prototype
episode.
Drawings of the cover. So if you buy the 50th anniversary live, which is available separately, and I suggest you buy it because it's.
I didn't buy it because I figured I'd get it
you
with
have
the
it
box
here.
set. Yeah, I have the box set. Okay.
But we'll be playing that later. And here we have it again. It's flat matte black, as you know.
Okay, the next layer is another another layer like this.
This must be another. Oh, I
It's
forgot
got
the 7-inch.
7-inch 7-inch
45s.
45s.
Wow.
Us and Them and Time. These are German pressings, I believe. 180 gram 45s. The other one is Any Color You Like and Money on 45.
Look at this.
An original Harvest
sleeve. Wow, look at that.
Okay, these are Dutch pressings. This is pressed in the Netherlands. This is a I ordered this from England because they didn't have them available in the U.S. So a Amazon code share had it in the UK. So I had to wait for a UK share. But it came pretty quick.
This is also fitted for the inner sleeve, the sleeve of the 45, 7-inch. That's die cut, same paper. And next we have music book. That's a music book.
A music book. You could
play along.
Play along with Floyd.
Play along.
I mean, the music. Wow, I didn't know it had a music book.
Yeah, I read about that, but this is very nice. I guess they had extras, and they said, let's get rid of them.
No, yeah.
These are Pink Floyd, The Dark Side of the Moon. Oh my God!
And there's another booklet in this. Pink Floyd at the Planetarium.
Classic.
And it has programs of Dark Side of the Moon that were performed at a planetarium.
Well, one of my first trips to the planetarium as an adult was to see the Dark Side of the Moon.
Yeah, my brothers went, and I was too young to go. They went into the city, but my mom wouldn't let me go because I was like 12 years old or 13 years old.
They said the smell.
I didn't even know what Pink Floyd was.
They said the smell of smoke would get you higher and higher and higher. Just the smell of people lighting up inside these planetariums in 74, 72, 73 when this was in vogue.
Yeah, it was,
but really nice.
And look at
landscape book
and this sleeve that it came in. Each one of these layers has its own individual sleeve.
Does this go in this sleeve?
Yeah,
like this.
That and the.
Let me show that.
Now we get to the good stuff.
Here we have the inner sleeve there.
Yeah, this is the box within the box. This is what I wanted. This has a die-cut triangle, gold cardboard box, absolutely stunning. Back, solid. It looks like it's a solid gold, but it's really cardboard. But
that's worth the price of admission. Very nice, hard, die-cut.
But the album, it has a different texture.
It's a matte finish?
It's matte. Not a matte,
but
matte.
It's very
it's a smooth. It's a different
very
texture.
Nice. Yeah, different texture
than the other Dark Side of the Moon album. And this is a different master altogether. And it has, of course, all the posters. Everybody knows the posters. All posters, inserts,
and the two posters,
the stickers, everything that comes with it. I'm not going to open that up because I want to keep it nice, but everybody's familiar with that. And it has, this is the remastered edition of Dark Side. It looks just like any other copy of Dark Side.
Well, did the label replicate the original? Is that a solid?
No,
they did not do that.
No, the only way you could get is if you could find an original.
Let me pull that out and show that. Here, we'll show that. Wow, look at that. Beautiful.
Probably one of my top favorite albums of all time,
for sure.
If not my favorite. And this one is a Dutch pressing. It's a press in the Netherlands.
Just to put this package together took probably years and years of preparation to get it right for quality control. So far, we haven't listened to it, but so far,
we're just opening up.
Not one defect that I could. Look at that, John. Look at that.
It's gorgeous.
And it's a really nice finish.
And
stereo.
The other record that comes in here, which is
the live album that's available individually.
This is the live version.
Live
also
concert.
has the same texture as the other album. I've never seen a Dark Side that had a texture like that. It's almost like a plastic coating, but it's not shiny. It's like a matte.
Very nice. Coat. Yeah, it's not matte. Very smooth. It's a wax. It's like a wax.
Yeah,
it feels like wax.
And this has the original. The hypnosis sketch.
Actually, the blueprint of the cover, the final cover,
and
with
notes. The insert, the inside.
And this has a poster and 2 posters, I believe. I've showed those on my other video, which you don't have yet, John, because you didn't open this yet. 2 new posters.
Yeah, I'm gonna keep them.
We've seen the posters,
as pristine as possible. There's no sticker in this one, but that's okay.
It did not come with a sticker.
Didn't come with one. And
beautiful.
There's this particular copy. Also a Dutch pressing. My other Dutch pressing of a Dark Side of the Moon is a white vinyl copy that's out of print. It came out in the late 70s, early 80s. But this is 180 gram. It's nice and flat. Live album, and I just can't wait to hear it.
We'll be putting it on. The tubes are warming up as we speak. I definitely want to hear the remastered 50th to do an AB. Well, there you have it, John. Any final thoughts?
I'm so glad I purchased
Thank you
this.
for waiting to do this on the channel.
Yes.
Appreciate everyone out there. Hope you hope you can subscribe, support the channel, and any comments, tell us about your version of your favorite tune of Dark Side. The entire record for me is one.
The masterpiece.
Now
from beginning to
the funny
end,
part
both
is
sides masterpiece.
I once had I have an AccuTrack, which is the AccuTrack turntable, which is ADC, I believe, ADC company, whatever. But you could actually program a record as you can a CD from the grooves, like track 3. It'll count the grooves and the arm would come down. Of course, Dark Side of the Moon, it's just one continuous side. The grooves are so minute. The one song flows into the other. You cannot use your AccuTrack, but I think top 5 favorite album of all time. If someone was to ask me, I would always go to Floyd, Dark Side of the Moon.
Probably is my favorite album.
Yeah, it never gets
so
old.
Many great albums.
It never gets old. It's just incredible.
Speak to Me, Breathe,
Time.
On the Run, Time, Great Gig in the Sky,
well, John,
Money, Us and Them, Any Color You Like, Brain Damage, and Eclipse.
Thank you.
And that's Eclipse our
Thank you.
show for today.
Thank you, the Floyd, and we'll see you on the Dark Side of the Moon. Thanks again, everyone.
There is no Dark Side of the Moon, really. As a matter of fact, it's all dark.
Good point. Good point. A little trivia. All right, we're going to sign off, and we'll get back to you. We have some reviews to do. We have some other segments John and I are going to post.
Some other segments.
Segments.
All right.
Okay, well, cheers. Keep rocking.
Keep
rocking. See you on the Dark Side of the Moon. Ciao.